Hey Cancerian peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at y'all with your September 2022 tarot reading. How are you? I hope y'all are well. We're going to go ahead and begin your reading here today with a couple of oracle cards. I just want to do like a little mini oracle session and then we will dive into the rest of the tarot for you in just a bit. So I'm going to start out here with these Divine Direction cards. This is actually one of the decks that my partner has and I just felt kind of like I want to pick these up. I want to see how they are and try them out. So let's go ahead and see what messages we have here from the Divine Direction. And then we'll move into my other oracle deck, then we'll dive into the tarot. So what do we have here for Cancer, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding their September 2022. What information can you offer to our beautiful Cancerians? We got here the card of love. It is the right time for you to experience a loving, committed relationship. Enjoy it. Beautiful. So Cancer, coming into the month here of September 2022, definitely might be a time here for you to experience a relationship. So for those of you here that have been looking for love, it might be the right time here to jump in to a committed relationship. So this could resonate for those of you that are currently dealing with somebody in the romantic aspect. If you are dealing with them, don't be afraid here to settle down. Don't be afraid here to really take the next step and to move into that committed relationship direction. It's time for you to enjoy it, okay? Moving on here to the next card from the Divine Directions. What do we got over here for Cancer? And that next card is going to be flow. You need more flexibility in your life. Allow yourself to go with the flow. Cancerian, yes, this is a very important card. I definitely feel that when we get ourselves a little bit too tied down into the same routine on a daily basis, or when we get ourselves a little bit too tied down into the life that we are living, we can get ourselves into a little bit of a sticky kind of place where we feel like we're a bit trapped, we feel like we're a bit boxed in, and that's definitely the energy you want to avoid. So try to be more flexible with yourself and with your own life. Give yourself more time to do the things that you want to do here in September 2022 instead of all those responsibilities. It's not to say that responsibilities aren't important. It's not to say that, the things that need to be taken care of should be slacked off or ignored, but please make sure that you are making time for yourself and time for the things that you want. It's incredibly important to remember that, yes, we live a life full of responsibilities, but we also live a life that we should experience and live to its fullest potential. We live a life where we should be doing things for us. So definitely try to be as flexible as you can at this time in September to make sure that you're getting what it is you exactly want. All right, moving on into my oracle deck now over here. Let's take a look. What other information do we have here for Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding their September 2022? Having a look here at your very first card, we do have here challenging times, for sure. 5, it has the 5 on top of it, so this kind of gives me like the 5 of Swords vibe in the tarot. So challenging times could be like a 5 of Swords type of moment. Maybe you feel like there's just a lot going on right now. There could be a lot of stress occurring for you. There could be a lot of things just happening in general. I feel like a lot is happening here, especially seeing times, right? Because we're talking about time here, Cancer. And when I look at that flow card saying that you need more flexibility in your life, it feels like you're just not having enough time for yourself. And I think that that's what's been incredibly disappointing and frustrating for you. So really do everything you can to make time for yourself. It's going to be an incredibly challenging month for you if you're doing everything else for everyone else, Moving on to the next card here, Cancer, we do have here detach. So could be a good time here to detach from things that you need to. It could be a good time to kind of just tap out. We're connected in, but maybe it's time to unplug. It's time to completely remove yourself from things that you need breaks from. And looking at the last card, we do have here darkest fears, which is what I feel is what's kind of keeping this energy alive. And what energy I'm referencing is like Cancer, you are potentially scared of losing something to the point where you're working so hard, you're working overtime just to keep it around. Does that make sense to you? Maybe you're worried about money and finances right now, so you are taking all the overtime you get. You're working your butt off around the clock because it's like, my darkest fear is not being financially stable, so I got to take every opportunity I can to keep on making money and making money and making money. And, without giving yourself that break, you're probably driving yourself mad. Detach card showing up over here for you. Maybe right now what you need to detach from is essentially your darkest fears. Stop worrying about what it is you'll lose when what it is you already have in your life is stable. Maybe some of you guys are worried about losing a person you love, because we did have love come out over here. So maybe you're worried about losing somebody that you're in a commitment with. And at the end of the day, you got to remember, it's not just your choice to be in that commitment, it's also the other person's choice too. They're choosing you. And that right then and there is a sense of stability within itself. So Cancer, just remember, You don't have to work so hard to keep a relationship together, especially if somebody else is choosing to participate in it, you know? So I feel like in September 2022, it's time to kind of detach from those darkest fears so that you don't push yourself into a position to where you're working way too hard and you're not making time for yourself to actually enjoy what you want in this month ahead. I think that it would be in your best advice right now to unplug and to detach from whatever it is you're scared of and to just recognize that nothing is going anywhere. Everything that you have is staying put, and it's okay to cut yourself a little bit of slack, all right? Now, it is important, once again, to stay on top of your duties and to stay on top of your responsibilities, but being flexible this month with what you want and what you desire is really going to be important, and it's really going to be key here for you in your September 2022. All right, so that was a quick little oracle sesh. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully, if these messages did end up resonating to you, that they were beneficial and helpful. So we're going to go ahead now and jump over into the tarot, and we will see what we got going on. Let me move these out the way real quick. We're probably going to be using the oracle again at some point throughout the read, so I just want to get those cards knocked out since we've already read them, okay? So Cancer, jumping into your tarot. Let's see what's going on here, man. What do we got coming up here for Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus regarding September 2022. What are going to be some of the overall energies coming through here for Cancer? We already got here the Death card, so we'll go ahead and take that. But what are going to be some of the overall energies here, please, for the zodiac signs of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout September 2022. So we started off with the Death. Moving on to the next card, we do have here the Temperance, and then looking at the last two overall energies, we also do have here the Page of Swords, and we do have here the Two of Cups. So Cancer, let's go ahead and talk about it. Well, coming on into September 2022, looking at these overall energies, Death card, Temperance, Page of Swords, and the Two of Cups. Now, the Death card is the card of change. It's the card of transformation as well. So definitely a time here to embrace some different types of things and different ways of going about situations and different ways of living. It's time for a change, Cancer, okay? As I've already mentioned, with the previous oracle messages we've had, it was talking about how you need more time for yourself, or you need to be a little bit more flexible with your life to do the things you want. So it's time to kind of get out of that routine you've been in, Cancer. If you've been kind of soaked up in your own world and cooped up in your own world, it's time to get out of that hermit energy and do a little bit more that you really want to do. And with the Temperance card coming into play here, it's like it's also time to recognize like your emotions and to make sure that you're taking what you desire and what you're feeling and what you want into account. The Temperance is a card that represents emotional balance. There has to be balance to everything, just as one needs to do what they need to do, that needs to handle their responsibilities, you also have a duty to yourself to keep yourself happy, to keep yourself entertained, to enjoy the life that you have. So Temperance is about finding the happy medium, finding the perfect balance. And with the Page of Swords coming into play here for you, Page of Swords is that energy of a little bit of hesitation. And then like I already mentioned for you, I feel like the reason most of you are hesitant to kind of like take a break and enjoy yourself is because you're worried that if you take this break, you're going to lose what you have, which is so far from the truth. Taking a look here at the last card for you being the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is about connecting with you, Cancer. So right now it's kind of time to unplug from your world and connect with yourself this month. What do you want? What is something that's going to be fun for you? What is going to make you smile? What's going to make you happy? What's going to be something fun to do, entertaining to do? These are questions you should ask yourself, like, what can I do this month right now that would be special for me? Even if it's taking yourself out to dinner, taking yourself out to go shopping, doing a cool, fun activity, whether it's with you or with a bunch of friends, really just doing something this month for you will be incredibly beneficial, and it will take away a lot of the stress and all the fears that you've been experiencing recently. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and have a look here and see what will be coming in for you in your month of September. So what's going to be coming in here for Cancer, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout September 2022. What do we got coming in here for Cancer? We got here the Queen of Pentacles, and we do got here the Hermit card. So Queen of Pentacles to the Hermit, interesting Virgo energy appearing for you. We also have here the Eight of Wands, and we also do have here the Page of Cups. So looking at what's coming in here for you in September, Queen of Pentacles, having more time. Queen of Pentacles is the card that I usually associate with self-care. So I think that what's coming in here for you is that you're going to end up getting more time for yourself. You are going to be feeling like, okay, I actually have a little bit more time than usual, so let me go ahead and take advantage of this. So this might be the universe's way of actually making this happen for you, even if it's not what you wish. So Cancer, let's say right now you've been spending a lot of time at work. You know, your darkest fear here is that you're worried about losing money or that you're worried about not being financially stable. Well, this month, what might end up happening for you is maybe your boss says, hey, sorry, there's no overtime. Or your boss says, hey, sorry, you know, we're kind of full for this day. We can reschedule you for another day. It's like you're going to notice this. There's like going to be more openings in your life. There's going to be more openings in free time for you, Cancer, is what I'm seeing coming in here for you. And at first you might look at it and you're like, okay, this is a nightmare. I'm anxious now. I'm worried. You know, your first instinct is to be worried, Cancer. It's like, oh, fuck, what's happening here? You know, I'm not getting this sense of stability that I've had. But this is kind of like the universe's way of showing you, no, like, this is what you need right now, Cancer. Like, you need this alone time. You need this separation right now from what you've been dealing with. And it's time for you to put your energy into something else, you know? Of course, this whole month is really about putting your energy back into yourself, but it's about putting your energy into something else in general, okay? You've been so busy, focused on one thing and one thing at a time. Take a step back right now and do something nice for you. So I definitely see what's coming in for you is that the universe, whether or not you choose to take time away from something, is probably going to make that happen for you anyways. So don't freak out if that happens. Don't freak out if your boss is like, sorry, we don't need you on this day or that day, so like those are your days off. Like, utilize it. Take those free days. Do something for yourself. You know, for those of you that are dealing with a relationship or with a partner, maybe your partner is going to end up being more busy than usual. You might look at this as, oh my God, I'm going to spend less time with them. Well, instead of freaking out about spending less time with them and worrying about what that's going to do to your relationship, it's healthy to have time away from partners, you know? It's healthy to have time for yourself away from everybody and everything else. So utilize that time that you're going to get, because I feel like whether or not you try to implement more time for yourself, it's going to end up changing for you anyways, where the universe says, I'm going to kind of just do this for you. All right. So I feel like that's what's coming in here for you. Let's go ahead and move along now and see what's going on here. What I'm going to search now for you, Cancer, is I'm going to see some of the things that you may or may not be aware about. So let's see what's going on in the background for you, Cancer. Let's see what's happening here for Cancer. What are some things that are going on that Cancerian may or may not be aware about throughout their September 2022? What's going to be some information on that? We do have here the Strength card coming out here for you. Leo energy. Moving on forward from that, we got the Nine of Swords. We also got here the Knight of Cups. And we do got here the Nine of Pentacles. So Cancer, looking at what may or may not be something you're aware about happening, Strength card here to the Nine of Swords. I feel that you haven't seen how much your stress has really been affecting you. I feel like you have been looking at yourself like, I am super strong, I'm on my grind, I'm working really hard. Like, you're not seeing how hard you've been working and how it's been affecting you. I think that's what it really boils down to. You know, you're not seeing the effect it's had on you mentally, the effect it's having on you physically, the effect that it's having on you generally. And at the end of the day here with the Knight of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles, this is the energy that's like, you need this right now, Cancer. Like, universe says you need this independence right now. You need to allow yourself to rest, to rejuvenate, to feel stable, to enjoy yourself, to have fun. The more that you keep on pushing yourself past your limits, the worse it's going to end up making you feel. So I think that with the Knight of Cups over here, getting steered in a different direction right now, of disconnecting from your world and being able to kind of just do whatever, is going to be incredibly beneficial for you. So what you're not aware about, I think, is how much you being so invested in one thing and one thing only has had a detrimental effect on you. For example, if you've been a workaholic for a while, or if you've been severely scared of losing your relationship and you've been just doing everything you can to make it perfect, or if you've just been so nonstop working on yourself and not allowing yourself to take a break, whatever it is that you've been incredibly invested into, Cancer, I don't think you've seen how it's actually been tearing at you with the Nine of Swords coming into play here. You know, you felt like you've been strong and you've been fine, but you're soon going to realize how much of an impact it's actually had on you. And I think that the Knight of Cups here, redirectioning yourself to just enjoying life a little bit more and enjoying other things a little bit more, is what's really going to benefit you. And you may not be aware of it yet, but once you start to do it here in September, you're going to see, oh shit, like I really needed this. So the universe knows what you need. And I feel like despite whether or not you try to take a step back more for you, I feel like the universe is going to kind of implement it anyways. I mean, it's still going to be your choice whether or not you take the opportunity here to do a little bit more for you, Cancer, but universe is going to try to push you and steer you in that direction. All right, Cancer. Let's go ahead and have a look here now and see what you can expect going forward throughout the rest of your September 2022. What can Cancerians expect, please, going forward throughout the rest of their month of September? First card out, we got here the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups, usually the energy of walking away from something. Moving on to the next card, we do have here the Seven of Cups. And then moving on forward to the last two cards, we do have here the Magician. And lastly for you, we have here the Four of Wands. Okay, I love this, Cancer. So you do seem like you're taking a break, and it's a good thing for you. It's a good break. It's a mental break. We need this, right? So with the Eight of Cups here to the Seven of Cups, what you're walking away from right now is the energy of your brain being in 10 million different places at 10 million times, okay? Seven of Cups is usually the energy of confusion, but I also associate it with feeling overwhelmed. So you're going to be walking away from being incredibly overwhelmed here this month. I think that September, being in a very simple kind of energy, is going to be proven to best resonate with you. What I mean by being in a very simple energy is you're not overcomplicating things, you're not overworking yourself, you're not over-investing. It's like, I'm doing what I have to do, but at the same time, I'm also doing what I want to do. You know, I'll wake up, I'll go to work, but when I get home, instead of just thinking about more ways to focus on my financial situation, I'm just going to go enjoy the finances that I have. Why don't I go out for a nice dinner or go hang out with a friend? You know, this weekend's coming up. I'm not working this weekend. Why don't I take a little bit of a mini trip with my partner? Have a little bit of a love getaway, right? It's like, it's simple. You're just simply living your life where you can balance enjoying your life, but at the same time taking care of your duties as well. So you're moving away out of these overwhelming energies. You're not trying to do everything all at once. It's kind of like I'm living more simply. And also you're following up with what it is that you want, what your will is here, Cancer, with the Magician to the Four of Wands. The Magician is about what you choose to manifest. You know, what I'm choosing to do right now. What is my will and what do I want to be done? And with the Four of Wands coming into play here for you as well, Cancerian, Four of Wands is that card of stability. It's also that card of enjoyment. It's that card here of things going in a very stable direction. So you're going to feel a great taste here of stability this month, Cancer, because of how you are rebalancing yourself. Four of Wands says, I'm good. I'm in a good place. I'm comfortable. I'm content. I'm not in a place right now where I feel like I'm super stressed out, but I'm also not in a place anymore where I'm worried and in this energy of fear. You know, right now, everything's okay. I'm living a simple life and I'm kind of enjoying it, you know? Nothing is too overwhelming. Nothing is too crazy. Everything seems just right. So everybody needs to be in this energy at least once, you know, in their lives, or at least once a year, right? Where they can kind of just settle down and enjoy themselves. And it's really beautiful to see for you. I'm happy for you guys. You know, Magician card says, I'm not gonna hold myself back anymore. You know, remember one of those cards that we pulled from earlier, we did have here the Flow card, right? The Flow card said, you need more flexibility in your life. Allow yourself to go with the flow. It's about being more flexible with yourself, all right? I'm not going to just bust my butt 24/7. Because that's what I need to do. I'm going to be more flexible with doing what I want and allow myself to enjoy myself more. Okay? Beautiful. All right, Cancer. Let's go ahead and have a look here before we sign off to the outcome for you. I just want to get a little bit of advice here for you. So what other pieces and bits of advice do we have here for the zodiac signs of Cancer throughout September 2022? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. The first message we have is wait. Take time to think about the matter at hand. Don't be tempted to rush. Moving on to the next card for you. We also do have here positive. Enjoy this positive time, smile, know that everything is going well. And then looking at one more card from the Divine Directions. Let's see what that last card is going to be. And it says goals. It's time for you to take your goals off the back burner and go after them. Very cool. So Cancer, looking at some of the closing bits and pieces of advice that we do have here for you, let's go ahead and start with the wait card, right? Wait says, take the time to think about the matter at hand. Don't be tempted to rush. This right now kind of equates to living a simple life. Sometimes I feel when we keep on rushing to try to get to our goals, or when we keep on doing everything all at once, what ends up happening is we overwhelm ourselves, we burn ourselves out, and we no longer enjoy the process. We no longer feel like we're living, we're just surviving, right? So this really resonates with taking life a little bit more slow. And it's important to do that. There is no race in life. There is no race to the finish line, but sometimes we tend to make ourselves feel like it has to be that way, but it doesn't have to be. We can still complete our goals while steadily working towards them. Now, we do have here the goals card. It's time for you to take your goals off the back burner, go after them. Cancer, this month, if you're interested in doing something that maybe you have put on the back burner, it would be a good time for you to go ahead and do that. Do something for your own enjoyment. For example, if you've been working like a dog at your work and at your job and your career, but you really, really wish to have this own type of business for yourself, why don't on your off time you put a lot of your energy into that career you wanted or that goal that you have? It's a great time right now to pay attention to what you want, so you might as well put some of your goals off the back burner and make them a priority here this month. And looking at the positive here, enjoy this positive time, smile, and know that everything is going well. I think that was another important message that was being really relayed here throughout the entire reading. It was trying to tell you, Cancer, you've had a fear of I need to work really hard to keep what I have because I'm scared of losing it. But the truth is that nothing is going anywhere. Know that everything is going well. Know that what you have is going to continue to stay stable and consistent in your life, and it's okay to pull back a bit, So don't worry right now about anything disappearing. It's all going to be there when you get back, okay? All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and have a look here now at your overall outcome regarding September 2022. What is going to be the overall outcome here, please, for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout September 2022? And that overall outcome is going to be the Three of Cups, the card of joy. I love it for you, man. I really do. It's about taking that step back, enjoying life, simplifying your life a little bit, not working too hard, not caring about fear. It's just, I have a life here to live. And I don't want to be in that energy where I'm just surviving. I want to be in that energy where I can live and enjoy the life I'm living, okay? So Cancer, Three of Cups over here for the outcome, being in an energy of pleasure, being in an energy of joy, being in an energy of happiness, This is going to be a really game changer month for you the more that you pull back, because it's going to have such a good benefit on your mental health, your overall well-being, and in general just being in a more positive and happier place the more that you reconnect with people that you need to reconnect with, Don't get too caught up in one thing, guys, in life, and don't get too caught up in your fears. Enjoy the little bit of the simple life. Make sure you're making time for yourself in September. Make sure you're making time for your responsibilities. But most importantly, make sure you have that time made up here for you. Be flexible this month. Continue to go with the flow and enjoy yourself. We're not meant to be on this planet to constantly do things for other people or do things that we are supposed to be responsible for. We're also responsible for ourselves and our well-being and our happiness. And we deserve to do those things for ourselves as well. All right, Cancer. I love you all very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. I actually kind of like this. I do like the Divine Directions cards. These are pretty cool to bring in. I might add these into a few more of the readings that I do here for the rest of the month, but appreciate you being here. If you are new, please do subscribe. Hope it resonated. Hope it was a lovely message that helped out here for you. And yeah, Cancer, with that being said, I will catch you all in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Later, y'all. Peace.